All right, you ready?
I suppose.
All right, let's go. There's a place on Long Island where the ocean howls through a dead radar tower, and local swears it still listens. Officially, it's just a state park. Unofficially, it's a place where there were psychic kids, time tunnels, and a monster someone may have thought into existence. This is the Montauk experiment. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the GITN podcast, where we cover true crime, the paranormal, and conspiracies, secret bases. That's what we're discussing tonight, the Montauk experiment.
Talking about Stranger Things.
Which is reported that it is the inspiration for
I'm pretty sure it's
11.
I'm pretty sure it's more than reported.
It is, but I didn't want to spoil it. I talk about it at the end of the podcast, or this episode.
I feel like it's pretty well known.
That's pretty well known, yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why most people, I don't want to say most, but it's definitely part of the reason why some people know what the Montauk Project is.
Yes.
Is just because of that show.
Yes.
They watch Netflix and then they're like, now I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Now, because 11 is real.
Fuck you. I know shit. Hail to a British girl with 3 names.
Yes.
Millie Bobby Brown or whatever the fuck her name is.
Now her last name is Bon Jovi.
Is it?
Yeah, she married Bon Jovi's son.
Well, you know Bon Jovi had a son.
Yes.
Does he look like a daughter?
I don't think so.
Doesn't take after his dad then.
Yeah. Is Stranger Things still even on the air?
I don't know.
I watched the first season.
I think I might have watched 2.
I watched the first season. Yes, it is closely related. This experiment was the inspiration. You are correct. It's
the expiration.
It was officially the inspiration of Stranger Things.
Of inspiration?
Yes. But I will say this about this conspiracy theory, if you will. This is the most creative bunch of bullshit I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you can't say that without talking about it first.
Either this is 100% true or it's complete bullshit.
I'm going to go with it's 100% true.
I'm going to
devil's advocate this thing.
I don't think you could think this shit up.
That's exactly the point.
I don't think anybody's that creative to come up with all of this on their own, except for maybe one man who we'll discuss in a little bit. But this is so far out there and so crazy, it might just be true.
It's so crazy, it might just work.
Hollywood couldn't think this shit up, especially now. They're busy making reboots of fucking The Running Man. And
I know. I think they're making a sequel to Roadhouse.
A sequel to the sequel?
I think so. Well, it was a loose reboot.
A loose reboot.
I don't know. I still haven't even watched the fucking thing.
I thought I didn't mind the first one. I think we talked about when it came out.
The last thing I watched was the new Jurassic World.
But
as far as new movies, I think that's the only new thing I've watched in forever.
I'm okay with continuing,
which was weird.
Continuing a saga, if you will. But I just saw they redid The Running Man with Glenn Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that fucking good of a movie to begin with?
Yeah, there's another Tron out. There's another Predator out, which apparently is pretty good.
I did hear that. New Frankenstein out. Which I heard is pretty good. I haven't watched. I almost
watched. Is he young?
It. No, I don't. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Vis-a-vis Mel Brooks' comedy style of Frankenstein.
Not young Frankenstein.
Possibly Mel Brooks' most overrated comedy.
But
not saying it's bad.
I'm
saying
it's
not as good as everybody says it is.
My point is, Hollywood couldn't even come up with this shit.
Well, so tell the people.
Hollywood couldn't come up with this.
What happened?
Okay,
you got to speak to the people.
All right, let's get it started.
Audiences like to be talked to like they're fucking morons.
Well, if they listen to us, they probably are. No offense.
So is there anything going on in the world? Anybody get shot?
No.
They found the world record spider web on the border of Greece and Albania in a cave.
Really?
Like 110 square meters or something like that.
That's big.
Yeah.
How big's the spider?
Multiple spiders.
Oh.
They think it's a
colony of spiders?
An amalgamation of 2 different species and tens of thousands of individuals.
Don't use those big words with me.
What else?
I don't think anything's going on.
I don't think anybody's been shot. I'm thinking it's something somewhere got blown up.
Oh, I'm sure of it. All right, let's get into this Montauk experiment. But before we start to start the
Montauk,
the Montauk experiment, you got to talk about the origins of Camp Hero. This is the official real story.
What a stupid fucking name.
Real story of Camp Hero.
It's Fort Hero. It's ever so slightly better. Camp Hero sounds like a shitty like X-Men for kids show.
I don't name the shit.
On this week at Camp Hero, Baby Wolverine accidentally extends his blades while he's finger banging Rogue.
I don't name the shit. I'm just reporting what I found on the internet.
A mutant kebab.
But Camp Hero got its start at the beginnings of World War II in 1942. Built as Fort Hero, coastal defense for the New York Harbor, equipped with 16-inch gun batteries, searchlights, and bunkers and underground tunnels. Now, this was basically against subs.
Double A?
The Nazi subs. Not those kind of batteries, Travis.
D?
Double Ds.
CR-123A? Very specific battery size.
Okay. But it was built to spot subs off the East Coast. And a whole array of, there was several stations.
See, in 1942, my problem with that is isn't that just like a watchtower?
Well, yeah.
Like, couldn't you just basically put up a tree stand and have some doofus up there like...
That's pretty much what it was.
It's just...
pretty much what it was.
It's just a meth gator found his way into the ocean.
They were a little worried about the old Nazis invading the East Coast. So they set up the Camp Hero or Fort Hero to protect New York Harbor.
A bunch of those like very stereotypical looking underwater mines out there.
Oh yeah, with
the ones that you automatically know what it is because you're like, spiky thing underwater, I know what that is. It's either an anemone or it's a fucking blowy uppy thing.
Right. Now, after World War II...
I learned that from Finding Nemo.
Now, after World War II, we sent the Nazis to Antarctica to do their thing down there. They had to... we really did not have the threat of subs coming to our shores, if you will.
Except those dirty Japs.
We had to... At this time, things went to the Cold War. The Ruskies were who we had the issue with. The good old commies.
Yeah, the social media beef before social media.
Yeah.
Basically what the Cold War was. And, fuck you. Fuck you. So, I have big gun and make pew pew boom boom.
So in 1951, Fort Hero shifted from Nazis to the Soviet threat. It became a radar surveillance site, part of SAGE, Semi-Automatic Ground Environment.
What?
Don't ask me.
What does that mean?
A massive Cold War. I'm going to tell you. Just keep your panties on.
Semi-automatic ground environment.
A massive Cold War air defense network built in the 50s to detect Soviet bombers before they reached U.S. cities. It linked radar stations across North America into one unified system. Each station sent live radar data into a massive IBM-built computer called ANFSQ-7.
So you'd probably still be working if they used a Dell.
Yeah, at the time, the most powerful computer on Earth. In 1951,
so it was 1/67th of my iPhone. That's like almost 10 years old.
Exactly.
They used a computer so fucking amazing that it's a sack of shit. Just like the moon landing.
It featured an 80-foot L-band radar dish detecting aircraft up to 200 miles away.
That's not that far.
Well, 1951, maybe it was.
Yeah, that's far enough that I feel like you'd have to give somebody like a couple weeks heads up. No, it was 1951. I was talking about that though earlier. Like random sidebar. I would pay money to see somebody bring somebody in a time machine to today's day and age from like the 1700s. And be like, somebody wants to do some experiments on you, see if there's any like genealogical differences in you as a human versus us today. We have to go to New York. Good God, man! Do you not know that we're in Philadelphia? Do you expect me to survive such a trip? It'll take us a fortnight, I promise you. He'd be like, no, we'll be there in about 2.5 hours.
Well,
Good God.
if you brought somebody to
Just put them in a car, and like as soon as you accelerate,
if you brought somebody from the 18th century to our time, they would think we're all witches.
yeah. That'd be so much fun, though. Just put them on like an electric golf cart, the ones that do like 13 miles an hour, and you're just doing 13 miles an hour. They're like, Jesus Christ, man! He's trying to fucking kill us all!
All right. Now, in 1969, with the invention of ICBMs, this pretty much made the radar surveillance less useful.
That intercontinental ballistic missiles?
Correct.
Just making sure.
So the site.
Those are those moments where I'm like, oh yeah, I do know shit. I'm not just a fucking fat, dumb idiot.
So the site was officially deactivated. And in 1981...
It got turned into a fucking TCBY and an Sbarro.
Not yet. In 1981, it was officially closed. It left behind...
Mall. They turned it into a mall, didn't they?
No.
Fuck.
It's a park now. It's a state park now. But
did they leave any of the buildings?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I would hope so. That's pretty cool.
It's all still there.
I would go to that.
They left behind sealed tunnels, abandoned buildings, decaying tech, apparently. Which...
that sounds like an avant-garde fashion company.
Now,
Decaying tech.
Its appearance and location is the perfect fuel for conspiracy. Perfect.
It's on top of a sinkhole that goes directly to hell.
Now, in the early part of this episode, I said this. Several conspiracy theories are intertwined with the Montauk experiment. So we first have to start with something called the Philadelphia experiment. Now, have you heard of the Philadelphia experiment?
I have.
It's
the one with Dustin Hoffman. Was it Dustin Hoffman or Sean Penn?
No, it's got Michael, the guy who played Eddie and Eddie and the Cruisers.
I was talking about Philadelphia.
Oh, that was Tom Hanks, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah,
I thought Sean Penn was in it.
That was Tom Hanks. He's got AIDS.
Everyone's got AIDS.
Yeah, that's Philadelphia.
AIDS.
There was a movie called The Philadelphia Experiment, which
also had Tom Hanks and Sean Penn.
I think it had it was a D movie. I've seen it, but it's been
a dick movie? Is it porno?
No, just a really bad fucking movie. I think
it's supposed to be about a conspiracy that only C's around where non-conspiracy.
I can't think of the guy's name. I'm pretty sure he played Eddie and Eddie and the Cruisers.
I don't even know what the fuck that. You're speaking Cantonese.
You've never seen Eddie and the Cruisers?
No.
The Dark Side?
No.
It's
or at least it was bad enough that I don't remember it.
It's actually for an 80s movie, it's a damn good movie.
I don't know. The conversation came up again recently of like Deep Blue Sea and Lake Placid and shit at work. And I just have to reiterate to people, I'm like, they're terrible movies. I like them and they're fun to watch, but it does not make them good movies.
Lake Placid was not a terrible movie.
Yes, it was.
It was a good fucking movie.
No, it wasn't.
Lake Placid 2 can go fuck off.
The ecological
don't
information provided
bullshit.
is far and away inaccurate.
I'm sorry.
It's mostly the bear.
What movie did you just watch?
It's mostly the bear that gets me in Lake Placid.
I mean, there is not.
What movie? What?
Oh, Jurassic Park.
It was weird. It didn't have Chris Pratt, but it didn't have Chris Pratt, so they put in what's her fucking name? What was it? Rose McGowan? Is she the one from Avengers?
Rose?
Or not Rose McGowan.
Olsen?
No.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
It's got Scarlett Johansson in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll fucking watch it then.
ScarJo?
I'd fucking watch the shit out of that.
She's like the hard ass.
I will watch that.
It wasn't bad.
With dick in hand.
It wasn't bad. I was kind of upset that Chris Pratt wasn't in it.
But
he kind of is like the basis of those fucking movies.
Well, the last two.
With Blue? That's my favorite. I'm just waiting for him to get more dog-like when they interact. They need to make one more where it just goes to the extreme where he's like, sit, stay, roll over. And you just have which we won't even get into the fact that, once again, ecologically and archaeologically totally inaccurate. Velociraptors.
Exactly. That was my point.
Velociraptors were not that big.
You want to bitch about movies not being accurate like Lake Placid, but yet Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because at least the idea behind those is cool. Lake Placid, they're just like Betty White's got big fucking lizards.
It was, but I will.
Betty White's got meth gators.
Bridget Fonda and Bill Pullman, Oliver Platt. It is a fucking brilliant movie. I
The other guy that nobody knows.
The
one that's going to be in what was it? Dark Mass, our movie that we have to make.
Oh yes,
yeah. Remember the Irish guy? I said the Irish guy that plays everybody's dad.
Wasn't it Bloody Mass?
It could be. It's still up in the air. We have yet to submit it to the guild, so we don't have to decide quite yet.
All right, but anyway, Lake Placid is a great movie. Lake Placid 2 sucked balls.
I didn't even watch it.
Oh,
apparently I think there's another Deep Blue Sea. Never watched that. Deep Blue Sea was a bad movie. It's fine. I like watching it. Like it's a good.
Wait, Deep Blue Sea.
It's a good movie. It's a bad film.
It's got LL in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stupidest fucking song ever made for a movie.
Doesn't it have Samuel motherfucking Jackson in it too?
Yeah, it's one of the best deaths. That I'll give it that. It does have one of the best on-screen deaths vis-a-vis Samuel L. Jackson being like sneaked by the shark with the giant. Because let me talk about these sharks with superhuman intelligence while I walk blindly around this big ass watery hole. Michael Rappaport, he's in it.
Classic.
The guy that played the Punisher originally.
Yes, the original.
Some other chicks.
Some chicks.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh yeah.
AKA Stellar Skateboard on Wikipedia. I don't think there was any other little like cameos in there. A shark.
A big one.
Couple of them. But no, that movie is so stupid.
Bunch of little sharks,
and it did even
swimming around in the hallways.
We both, dude. Oh my god! And we both fucking survived that era where every fucking big release movie had to have a song made for it. Like, wow, wow, twist, Jim West, Desperado. Well, every Will Smith song had to have a song made for it. But like, there's that time where they did that.
Yeah.
LL Cool J did it for that movie.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest fucking song. Have you actually ever listened to it?
I can't. I'm sure I've heard it.
They play it during the credits. The chorus is, "My hat is like a shark's fin."
Well, he said,
and between saying that over and over again for the chorus, it's deepest, bluest. My hat is like a shark's fin.
Well, that originally, that line was in one of his off his debut album in '85.
Well, it should have stayed there.
What was it? What was that song?
Ladies love Cool James. It should have stayed on that album.
Yeah, because I remember the video.
For the Deep Blue Sea one?
No.
Oh, the Deep Blue Sea video was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
It's just water for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we get it. Sharks live in water. Got it.
Okay.
Would have been, I'm pretty sure nobody expected it to be in a desert.
Hello, Cool J. The shitty movie of Philadelphia Experiment has brought us so far off topic it didn't even go. I don't even know.
Then it spirals into like, I'm still shocked how many people haven't seen Schindler's List. Or like a couple of people I was working with that like had never even heard of American History X. I'm like, go home and watch American History X. What are you doing with your life? We had me and the other cook that was working that knew that movie and had seen it. We're like, is it a good movie? I'm like, that's not a movie. That's a film.
That is a film.
That's art. That movie's so good.
How he didn't win an Oscar for that.
I cry every time I watch that movie.
And I like the movie, and I hate Edward Furlong. There's just looking at him.
Oh, the brother, Danny?
Brother.
Yeah.
The brother.
You're telling me that you are not a massive fan of Detroit Rock City?
No.
I like that movie too, actually.
I didn't like him in what T2? Terminator 2?
His squeaky little fucking adolescent voice in that.
Just looking at him aggravates me. Getting back to the Philadelphia Experiment. Now, according to legend, the USS Eldridge allegedly was made invisible.
What?
It was, I forget I don't think I wrote down
These are those moments where we need an old black guy on this show. He's like,
I forget.
What?
I forget exactly what, I don't think I wrote it down, what the actual project was called. Was it Project Rainbow, I think?
We do. We need the version of the black guy from Family Guy when they were talking about, what was it? It was like Damn Nature You Scary. It was like a nature movie show, and like the cheetah like chased something down and started to eat it. He's like, "Damn, nature, you scary." We need that guy to talk about this.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the Philadelphia experiment was under, I believe it was Project Rainbow. Don't quote me on that.
Gay.
Probably. But the USS Eldridge, it was a project during World War II in 1943 to make warships invisible.
Make warships great again.
And according to witnesses, they did this experiment, and it was...
What witnesses?
It was in a harbor. It was in a boat in a harbor in Philadelphia.
Get it the fuck together. You can lock that down. You're the military.
But it was surrounded by a fog, and it teleported from Philadelphia and went all the way to Norfolk, Virginia, and then came back.
The harbor was surrounded by fogs.
So when the people in Philadelphia saw the fog and saw it disappear, it wasn't invisible. It teleported to Norfolk, Virginia.
That's fucking okay.
And then it came back.
Now you see me.
What?
Now you see me?
Yeah, kind of.
And it's in Philadelphia. Is it? You guys seeing this crazy shit going on over here?
The crew suffered horrific outcomes. Sailors were fused in with the metal.
I miss my mouth.
The sailors were fused into the metal, so kind of Han Solo shit kind of going on. Let's see, insanity, burns naturally.
So all of this happened in an experiment, and they still didn't think twice about the nukes.
Right?
They're like, oh man, that was terrible. I'm never gonna live that down, and that will haunt my dreams forever. We should do it to somebody on an offensive move.
Some sailors were phasing in and out
of like
between
this realm.
I think of
this dimension,
or yes, but I think of Star Trek.
So it was like fucking Click.
Yes.
When people started dying, he's like,
yes. Or, but they were phasing in and out of this, where I'm assuming from Philadelphia to Virginia.
What the?
Now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we might poke
fun.
Why
Philadelphia?
Because they had a naval base there.
Yeah, and you can do pretty much whatever you want in Philadelphia and get away with it. Nobody's going to notice.
We covered that last episode.
Whoa, do we talk about Kensington Avenue?
Yeah.
I need to look it up. There used to be a live stream of Kensington Avenue.
Now, we might make fun of this a little bit, but there is a scientific premise to this. In World War II, there was an arm race, wild experimentation. The Manhattan Project.
It was the beginning of them. They were trying to make the real dolls.
But scientists and geniuses like Einstein and Tesla were studying the unified field theory. They were trying to come up with a equation that would connect gravity, electromagnetism, and space-time. Basically, they use electromagnetic fields used to bend... The concept of the Philadelphia experiment was to use electromagnetic fields to bend radar, maybe even space-time.
Oh.
Einstein dreamed of unifying gravity and electromagnetism. Tesla... Where he fits into this, or this conspiracy, is, he was big with the Tesla core, so he was using high voltage coils. Now, the legend of the Philadelphia experiment claims that the Navy slammed both ideas.
Hot.
The Navy put both what Einstein was, his theories and his equations he was working on, and Tesla's, fused them together.
I made a baby.
Yes, and it was the Philadelphia experiment. Now, basically as the story goes, they accidentally, when they did this, punched a hole in time that didn't close until Montauk. Why these stories are linked for other reasons, and I'll get to it, but Montauk was about electromagnetism, teleportation, time distortion, human experimentation. Basically, everything that the Philadelphia experiment was about.
It just sounded like you just listed a bunch of metal bands.
Yeah. Now, when this happened, when the Eldridge supposedly teleported to Virginia and back, I said there's There was some damage done to people in the walls, basically, fused with the steel. Burns. They went crazy. But 2 brothers are reported not to have come back.
As one would expect.
Their stories, which we will kind of cover a little bit later on, during this experiment, they, I believe, were in the control room. They were the one hitting the switches. And they knew something was wrong. They went out, according to them.
They said, fuck those dudes.
And they saw what was going on. So they thought, they didn't know they thought they were still in Philadelphia. So they thought the ship was going down or going to catch fire. So they jumped overboard. They just kept falling. And it kind of goes into, they went into a different time. So this is where the time travel comes in. And this will connect to the Montauk experiment. I promise you, you have to stick around for this. Because this will get your crazy nuts dick hard. If you like this crazy shit that you want to believe.
So theoretically, these 2 brothers could have ended up somewhere riding dinosaurs and fighting aliens for the next 20 or 30 years of their life.
Now, these 2 crewmen were Edward and Duncan Cameron.
Of the 2 Live crew.
Yes. They vanished, but here's the thing. They reappeared at Montauk during the 81 when this whole Montauk experiment was started up. Now, there is some talk about...
I guess they looked the same.
They just time traveled. Well, it kind of gets fucking weird. If you dive too much into this,
you get each other's clothes on.
Well, I forget which one. Kind of their story. Duncan just time traveled back to Montauk. Edward kind of went to other times, and according to the person who claims he's Edward, who we'll get to, said he spent some time in like 2030, 200 or 2,300, 2030, something like that. 2347, whatever.
How was that?
For a couple of years. It's irrelevant because it's bullshit.
How do we know?
I want to believe some fucked up shit.
I believe everything.
But
everybody here
these
knows.
2 will make an appearance, and this is why they are important. And this is really what ties the Montauk Project to the Philadelphia
This conspiracy has cameos.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Game of Thrones of fucking conspiracy theories.
Now, like I said earlier, Fort Hero, Camp Hero was fuel for conspiracy. I mean, it was like throwing a match on a fucking gasoline-infused tinder. Or just like throwing a cigarette out in California. One of the 2.
You know that a cigarette won't light a pool of gas?
No, it lights the fumes.
If there's enough fumes present.
Right. Gasoline
it ruins every 80s movie where they make the trail of gas and they go, or they say some cool shit and they're like, don't burn bridges. And they flick the cigarette and you're like, ah! Like, it doesn't work and it ruins everything.
That's what people don't realize. Getting gas in your car, getting in and out of... If you're pumping
static shock,
if you're pumping
your phone going off,
if you're pumping your gas, don't get back in the car and then get back out. Because
every time I do it, I sit in the car and I move my ass around,
put a fucking balloon on your head.
Yeah,
that's where it explodes. It's the fumes. Mythbusters proved this, and they proved you can't.
There's a reason why they don't have indoor gas stations.
And Mythbusters proved you can't rupture a gas tank and then throw a cigarette on the fuel and blow up the car and it'll catch it.
Damn it. See, that's what I'm saying. Stupid. What was that? Was that Rush Hour where he shot the gas tank and then he ricocheted a bullet off the trail of gas and it followed it and blew the car up? Even that at the time, I'm like, I'm 8 and I'm still I don't think that would
I'm
work.
calling bullshit on that one. Now, where was I? Let's see.
My many years of experimentation and flammablolics has taught me that not make fire bad.
All right. So
when are they going to start setting shit on fire?
Montauk?
Yeah.
In a little bit.
There's got to be at least one fire. Or else it's not a good conspiracy theory.
I don't think. Actually,
it
gets worse. It's worse than fire.
All the files were lost in a fire.
No. Anyway, Camp Hero was in limbo because it was it was no longer military, but it wasn't public either. Locals report seeing lights, seeing guards, and hearing strange noises when we're talking, this is the early 80s, around 1981.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't help that Brookhaven National Laboratories was nearby, which adds credibility to the secret science rumors. They were doing experiments for the government of some sort. I didn't feel it necessary to explain what they were doing, but they were nearby. Now, there are some people that believe...
They put liquid paper on a bee. It died.
Camp Hero was kind of, at this time, was kind of the off-site location for this Brookhaven National Laboratory, where they did the really X-File shit. That is the theory. That is the rumor.
That makes the name even fucking stupider.
Yeah. Now, there is a face to this myth. A man by the name of Preston Nichols.
You can never trust a Preston.
Now, he claims he recovered memories of working at Montauk from 71 to 83. He co-authored the Montauk Project, Experiments in Time, in 1992 with Peter Moon. He says Montauk continued MK Ultra using electromagnetic mind control. Basically, what they were doing, the CIA got fucked. They got raked over the coals over MK Ultra and Midnight Climax for dosing people with LSD. We'll just take LSD out of the fucking equation.
Mm. It introduced crack into the inner cities.
Yes. So, well, that wasn't part of MK Ultra, I don't think.
No, I kind of think that was a get out of jail free though, for the U.S. government. I think because we know they fed crack into the inner cities. I have this sneaking suspicion that was kind of a, hey, look at that. But look at all the crackheads.
Preston and Moon claimed that Montauk was doing mind control experiments with radar transmitters modified to manipulate fear, a person's fear, a person's calmness, a person's aggression, and a person's thoughts. Like I said, basically MK Ultra without the LSD budget.
Or just TikTok.
Montauk has got some cool shit, though. This conspiracy has some cool ass shit. We got the Montauk Chair, which is a dentist. I can't even say
what a great name.
It's a dentist-style chair surrounded by
already terrifying
electromagnetic coils and a helmet sensor.
Yep, terrifying.
Allegedly allowed psychic amplification, remote viewing, manifestation of thoughts into matter, and creation of time tunnels.
So it's a dentist Jaeger from Pacific Rim.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
An early experimentation. They had Charlie Hunnam in there, and his brother that had, I don't remember his name, but I know it was a pussy ass name, like Clancy or some shit.
Now, it is claimed to be based on tech by John von Neumann. Neumann was a brilliant mathematician in the 20th century. He worked on early computers, game theory, nuclear weapons. He worked on the Manhattan Project.
Game theory?
You don't know what game theory? It's like
the theory behind games.
Winning. How can
okay, I can put it together just from that.
Yeah, the strategy.
Not being a fucking loser.
I believe strategy of.
He was white. He was white Lao Tzu.
Right. Let's see. Like I said, he worked on nuclear weapons, the Manhattan Project.
Ooh.
Cybernetics. Isn't that Scientology? What is that? I'm sorry, that's Dianetics. My bad.
I don't know what the fuck's that. You go ahead. I'll Google what cybernetics means.
He is considered to be the founder laid the foundation for modern computing.
He played the pipes of modern computers. Cybernetics is science of communications and automatic control systems in both machines and living things. He's making goddamn cyborgs.
Now,
this son of a bitch.
Now, I believe in some of my research,
he made Bill Goldberg into that super soldier.
They are saying he worked on the Montauk. Some people will claim he worked on the Montauk Project. However, there is a problem with this. He was dead.
Good.
In the 80s.
But alive in the 90s.
Now, maybe if they did have a breakthrough in time travel at Montauk, they went back in time, brought his ass back, which is very plausible once we get to the Cameron brothers.
Or maybe it was that one certain Halloween, and the Sanderson sisters brought him back to life. Hocus Pocus style.
Oh, well.
I haven't seen the sequel to that either yet.
I'm not going to. I don't think I've seen the first one.
I find that hard to believe. You have kids within like 20 years of my age.
Here is, I'm
and you've
sure
been in relationships.
I've been in the same room with a child that is watching Hocus Pocus.
Come on, Bette Midler.
I can guarantee I wasn't paying fucking attention.
Sarah Jessica Horseface Parker.
Hey, she's from Cincinnati.
Is that supposed to make her nose any less bigger?
You are just mean as fuck, boy.
I just don't understand why she was such a sex symbol.
Oh, I think that's pushing it. I've never
like the Sex and the City thing. She's like so hot, and I'm like, she's not ugly, but like
she got a bony ass.
She got a bony everything.
That's true. Eat a cheeseburger, bitch.
Her dick has bones. Her dick's got a rib cage.
All right. I don't think she has a dick. Now, have you heard of this?
Until this guy got a hold of her.
Have you heard?
Montauk Project.
Have you heard of the term the Montauk Boys?
This is a doo-wop group?
No.
Should be.
It was the subjects of these experiments. Now, apparently it was teen boys ages 10 to 16 were either abducted or recruited.
And this is when the Catholic Church got involved.
I don't think the Catholic Church, but there might have been some PDFing going on.
In nomine Patria Spiritus suck me.
These, the Montauk boys were subject to trauma-based conditioning, EM exposure, and they forced them to train psychically.
That's what they call it these days.
Remote viewing, basically. And they were sent into portals, and some never returned. I know the portals they were being sent into. Or maybe something was being sent into their portals.
Something was being forced into their portals. Forced portal training.
But this is kind of the concept of Stranger Things. 11. Granted, it was a girl, but
11 dicks a day.
But they were apparently using young boys for their experiments. Now,
sounding very Catholic.
Now let's get into the incident of August 12th, 1983.
It's a good year.
It is
good Cabernet Sauvignon from that year.
It is the climax of the Montauk narrative.
You would have thought that would have been during the forced portal training.
You would have thought. And I don't think it'd be hard to erase memory. That's called blocking that shit out.
Little Boone's Farm and some fucking oxycodones. Now,
we have to talk a little bit more about Preston Nichols. Now, he was the one who worked at...
What a broke bitch. Couldn't even be Preston Quarters.
Yeah, he's a fascinating character. He's either the most interesting man alive or he is the most full of shit man alive.
Did he drink Dos Equis?
Probably. That might be him on the commercials. I don't know.
What if it really is, though? This whole time, he's just sitting, like they cut the cameras, and he's like...
Stay thirsty, my friends. But him and Moon wrote the book that broke this whole thing. Now, Nichols was a radio electronics engineer specializing in microwaves and EM fields, electromagnetic fields.
Menominee.
He experienced missing time, deja vu related to Montauk, recovered memories triggered through work with physics. Now, there's more to this story that I'm going to add. And this will play a big role why I think this is a bunch of bullshit.
I'm on board 100% up to
He is on. We mentioned a movie earlier. What movie?
Deep Blue Sea.
No. The Philadelphia Experiment movie.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, Preston Nichols did.
They don't make movies about stuff that's not true, Phil.
And he said in an interview, or either an interview or a quote of some manner, that his time at Montauk, like I said earlier, he didn't remember. They erased his memory. Vulcan mind melted him. Or what was the little thing in Men in Black? The neuralizer.
I don't know what they called it.
Whatever. They did that to him.
The flashy dildo?
Yeah. The flashy penis. He said he got visions of him working there. He started to get his memories once he viewed the movie The Philadelphia Experiment. I don't see a problem with this. Insert sarcasm here. Okay? But what he says... Oh, okay. Anyway, once he started recovering these memories through... I believe he even, had some regression therapy and watching the Philadelphia experiment. He met Duncan Cameron, allegedly a Montauk psychic.
Was one of the brothers.
That's one of the brothers.
Yeah.
Now, what was Nichols' role in Montauk, according to Nichols' recouped memories?
It would have been a way better thing for him financially if he would have met James Cameron around the same time.
Yes. Well, he's met some famous fucking motherfucker. I'm going to get into his life story. And like I said, he's either the Dos Equis guy or he's fucking batshit crazy. One of the two.
He spent the years or the summers between 1994 and 1997 smoking weed with Matthew McConaughey on the Grecian coast.
Okay. Anyway, his roles at Montauk. He claims he led the psychotronics division.
Don't know what that is. Sounds like a band.
Probably. Which was involved in mind amplification, telepathy enhancement, broadcasting thoughts, and remote viewing systems. Now, keep in mind, remote viewing is actually a thing that the government experimented on about this time. So
I'm going to start using that term, broadcasting thoughts, for somebody that has a resting bitch face.
Now,
you're broadcasting thoughts.
Now, according to Nichols, there was a monster event. He says that
here we go.
Duncan Cameron was in the Montauk Chair during an experiment. A swirling field appears. He's got his fucking short bus helmet on with all the gizmos. It's blinking, and he's manifesting essentially. His thoughts start to manifest.
Tulpas.
And there is a swirling field that appears like a time kind of warp, and inside this field, essentially, a semi-physical creature appears. The monster goes crazy, becomes real, essentially. It starts destroying lab equipment, tears cables and conduits right out of the wall. Apparently they had guards. Bullets didn't affect it. And it's kind of flickering between dimensions, like the the sailors on the boat of the Philadelphia experiments were reported, phasing in and out. Causes power failures and starts melting equipment. The base personnel flees, which is a smart thing. I think it's a good idea. A monster comes, you start running. I know I would. I'm not going to be the hero. I don't do monsters. The technicians have to sabotage the equipment. They cut power to the chair. The creature disappears. At this point, the powers that be decide, we might want to terminate the project. And they sealed the tunnels. Now, there was another incident, what's called the Montauk Monster, or the Montauk Creature, I think. Not the same one. This happened in July of 2008. Off the shores of Ditch Plains Beach, near Montauk, a strange, bloated, hairless creature washed up onto the beach. It is reported that it looked like...
It was me.
It is reported that it had a beaked skull, claws,
I know,
and limbs, leathery skin, no fur.
Yeah, that thing that I'm pretty sure has been fucking...
Probably, yes. Almost, like, they described it as a dinosaur bird dog.
That is not what it looked like. It looked weird, but...
Now, when this happened, people automatically kind of the internet jumped on, the Montauk experiment.
The Montauk.
Yes. So, this is what shut her down. I guess they said, we're playing with fire here, boys. We better. Old Duncan.
If we make an animal, we got to stop now. Mom said if a cat has babies, can't keep cat. Gotta kill cat now.
Now, there's another character that is tied to the Montauk experiment. A man by the name of Al Bielik. Now,
that sounds like a made-up name.
He is another one that ties Montauk to the Philadelphia experiment. Bielik claims he is Edward Cameron. That he jumped off the Eldridge with his brother Duncan in 1943, entered a time vortex. Now, Edward is the one, he said he originally landed in 2137, spent some time there, and then he, whatever the word is,
Poofed.
into 2749 and spent a little time there.
Does he have anything to say about these times?
I think I didn't even, it's basically, I think the 2747, it was like a dystopia.
Probably.
Yeah.
Honestly, 2137 might be too.
But I think 2137, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong about this, he said he spent a year there.
All they eat was Takis.
And Taco Bell won the restaurant wars.
Oh, yeah.
Little Demolition Man.
That's what you're wearing? We're going to Taco Bell.
Anyway, but eventually...
I want to know how many times Demolition Man has been referenced and brought up in this podcast history.
Quite a bit.
It's the best movie of all time.
It's a film.
Yes, it's art.
I mean, I still want to know how to work the seashells.
That's how you get a bloody asshole.
All right.
Then I eat bad enough lately that I don't need any help with that.
But his story says his final destination was 1983 Montauk.
What a fucking great place and time.
Which closed the time loop. His memory was erased. He was given a new identity, but he recovered his memories decades later. He was a frequent guest on Art Bell's Coast to Coast AM. Now.
Yeah, because that adds a lot of fucking legitimacy to your story.
Yeah. So basically, now, if I remember correctly, there is another, if you go deep, and maybe we'll actually do a full-length Philadelphia Experiment episode, because it is very interesting to the fact that some of the higher ups in this experiment, it is reported that Duncan Cameron
Donuts
his job was to go to Montauk. He had orders to go to Montauk because when he arrived, once he jumped off the ship and he phased in to 1983, I guess, or 1981 or whatever time he showed up, the general or admiral or whatever of the project, it was a military, I think it was admiral, the naval project, he met him. He was commissioned to come here to 1983. But as you know, we like to do our fact checking here. Have somebody do it for us. There are no records in the Navy of the Cameron brothers that fit the description. No Edward Cameron. No evidence linking him to the Eldridge.
That's not terribly, not saying that I believe it, any of this, but that's not that damning to me. It's not that hard if the government wants to erase your existence in their files to do so.
But the Philadelphia Experiment,
unless you're a missing person in the
National
Park.
There is some inconsistencies with the Eldridge whereabouts at the time. But you're right. Documents can be forged. Why is the public so obsessed with this? This book, the myth goes mainstream. Because
they made a tween drama show about it.
We haven't yet. In the 90s. This has been around for a while, though. Moon and Nichols published a book and gave it even more layers and made it even more interesting. Ancient Underground Structures. They published several books, actually. I think the second book is where they really get into some of this stuff. But they said that there was ancient underground structures underneath the complex.
That's such a throwaway, though.
And I believe the book was called Pyramids of Montauk, and later Montauk, the later Montauk book called Camp Hero. But the camp, fort camp, whatever, it wasn't chosen randomly. They chose it for these structures underneath. They knew what was underneath there. It was built on top of something far older, something that predated human civilization. Archways from non-terrestrial alloys they said they were underneath there. Rooms too large and geometrically perfect to be natural caves. Basically, enormous rooms shaped like geometric residence chambers.
It's totally the same thing.
Similar to what is found inside the pyramids.
Yeah.
These chambers amplified electromagnetic waves. It reacted to psychic and emotional energy. They even went so far as...
The walls are crying when I talk about my uncle.
They went so far to say it was Atlantean tech.
Oh. Little Anunnaki.
Or pre-human tech.
Fucking Ethiopia.
Yeah. Now, he's in this book, both of them state that they were reverse engineering alien devices. So maybe Bob Lazar was there. He just hasn't come out yet with it.
Of the closet.
Yes.
You heard it here first, folks. Bob Lazar is fucking gay. What is he still alive?
Yes, he's still
Did they kill him yet?
No, they have not killed him yet, and I'm not sure he's gay. He ran a brothel, though.
According to him. Did you see that dude running a brothel?
Yeah. Anyway.
They'd be like, I need more lube in my room, Bob. Make it happen, bitch. And he'd walk away every time they do that. They'd walk away and this little nerd just, I love you.
Now,
it's the only way I could get close to women.
Now, according to these two fine truth seekers, they said that either this
Scully and Mulder.
Yeah, either this tech was given or they found the shit. Pick one. It's going to be either or. I mean,
right.
Way to go out on a limb there, fucking Nichols.
There's only three ways. They found it, they were given it, or they made it. It's pretty much the three ways you have a thing.
They said they found a compact crystalline core device. So
that's a fucking butt plug. That was.
It allowed the object to phase in and out, passing in and out of, just like the people.
The physical realm.
It showed short-range dimensional distortion.
Okay.
And they said they also found the temporal transducer.
Shut the fuck up. What is it? Dude, where's my car?
Yes.
Do you have the continuum transfunction,
Or maybe the flux capacitor was in there. I don't fucking know. But they stated that this was a principal part of the Montauk Chair. A palm-sized alien device shaped like basically a curved metallic stone.
A dildo.
Or a butt plug.
I mean, one in the same.
Now, they also threw Operation Paperclip under the bus on this, Montauk.
Of course they did.
Basically, Preston Nichols and Peter Moon said several of the Paperclip scientists were absorbed into the Montauk Project. Which
walls or the project?
No, the project itself.
Okay.
They were recruited.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think that's...
They're like, not POWs, but they're kind of contractors at that point. They're like, well, if you don't want us to fucking kill you,
well, here's basically,
you do fucked up shit for us.
Here's basically what happened. They got the Nazis off the boat. They said, okay, you go to NASA. You go over here and play with little boys. That's how it worked. But that's plausible. I mean, we know not the playing with little boys part, but that if this was a thing, they probably
split hairs on this one.
I would almost guarantee they used the Nazi scientists.
Oh, for sure.
If this was a thing. Now, where was I at?
One would assume that you would use them for anything that's less than, what's the word I'm looking for? Humble, not humble, but like something that you don't want people to know you're doing. Who else would you use for that than the Nazi fucking scientists that you employed after World War II?
And let's face it, a lot of what the Nazi scientists were doing in Germany during World War II was a lot of the science that we're talking about here.
Well, just all the craziest shit imaginable.
Yeah,
do you think if we cut off a twin's arms, the other twin will feel it? Get the scalpels. Bring me the twins.
Now,
who brought that shit up? You ever think that? I want to know that. I want to go back in time and see those conversations of like not just the Nazis, but like anything like that, like just Goebbels or whoever it was sitting there with like now hear me out. Twinsies, right? Connected, maybe not. We don't know. Think I found a way we can find out. I'm going to need some that you don't like very much.
Now, I was shocked to find out that urban exploring was not invented with YouTube.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm being a little facetious here, but these urban explorers apparently spent a lot of time. Would go in. You get a fucking abandoned building, you're going to get some people show up.
Yeah.
Now,
It's human nature.
It is reported that some of these urban explorers experienced electromagnetic fields and electronics malfunctioning when they were there, so their cameras or whatever they were using, maybe their Walkmans wasn't playing fucking Twisted Sister. It's quit playing it. Maybe because it sucked. But
or maybe because they stopped walking.
Right. And some even experienced missing time.
They were drunk.
Or maybe.
They were on drugs.
And there were reports that some of them felt like they were being watched. Now,
that was bums.
Or it was
That was Dirty Mike and the boys after taking turns sodomizing each other.
Or it was the guards watching them.
Sure. I'm going with homeless people.
Probably.
Just because they're wearing...
It was a meth alligator. Or crocodile.
Just because a homeless person that you encounter in an abandoned building is wearing something camouflage does not make them military personnel.
No, it makes them an assassin looking for John Wick.
It makes them Lieutenant Dan.
That is true. Okay. In the late 90s, Camp Hero is opened as a park.
I thought that said skate park for a second. I was like, sick. Camp Hero makes sense now.
But they opened up Camp Hero State Park in the late 90s. Now, it is official. They did find, it is documented, they found tunnels that were sealed, which fits the story.
It was also a military base.
They found old bunkers, and they found the radar tower, which was not hard to find. All you had to do is look. Exactly.
I also don't find any of those very damning either.
Right.
It is former military
You're going to find that shit.
land.
No lab equipment, no artifacts, no Montauk tech.
No shit. You think they're just going to leave it there? You think you're going to be going on a tour with a fucking park ranger? They're going to be like, what's that? Fuck.
Well, let's be honest. Depending on who's president, I mean, we did leave billions of dollars of fucking equipment in Afghanistan. Say, fuck it, we don't need it.
Because we haven't made our money off of it.
All right. Now
we're like, we've sucked every fucking dinar we can out of this country. Let's get out of here. I think the dinar's Iraqi, but whatever.
Now, the link to Stranger Things. It is official. In 2015, the Duffy brothers pitched the show originally, and the show was originally called Montauk. It wasn't called Stranger Things.
That's a terrible name. Montauk is a terrible name.
But it featured psychic kids, Cold War lab, missing children, is a direct, basically the conspiracy theory to a mirror of it. And basically they read fucking Nichols and Moon's book.
I thought Stranger Things was going to have way more windowless vans.
But
Fits. Stranger Things, windowless vans. That's a Stranger Thing.
Netflix decided to move it out of Long Island and move it to Indiana, which
the most exciting state in the North.
Which does make it stranger. I will give it that.
Also, the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan.
Is it really?
I believe so.
Oh, I'll have to Google that. I'm going to have to fact check you on that later. But they moved the setting to Indiana and changed the name to Stranger Things.
No more.
The core elements that were unchanged, essentially, or very similar. It was a government base. 11, the character, was psychic.
Nope, never mind. Tennessee.
That makes a lot more sense.
Pulaski.
Okay.
Or maybe Indiana's got like a really high member population. Maybe that's what it is.
But
that would not surprise me.
11, the character, Millie Bobby Brown, represents basically the Montauk boys, just in the feminine version.
How much do your parents not like you that they named you after a crackhead wife beater?
That is true.
And a Lil Wayne song.
The show used a Century tank rather than the Montauk Chair. And basically, it did use time shifts and all that shit. And they did have the monster that went crazy at the end. The brothers openly confirmed that Montauk was the inspiration. It was not a secret. They stole that shit.
At least they're honest.
Now, the official story, Camp Hero was a radar defense, nothing more. The tunnels are real, but they sealed them in the 50s.
Yeah, 99% of the time I could give a fuck that you find tunnels on an old military base.
There's no evidence of experiments. There's no
Evidence of children?
Missing children. The missing children. You think there'd be some files, but
That's why they're missing. There's no evidence of
here's the
that.
thing. Did they look? It was the 1980s. Did they look on the back of milk cartons?
Do they look at an arcade?
Yes. There's no evidence of actually labs, and definitely no evidence of time travel.
Well, yeah.
Now, the Philadelphia...
We don't even know how time travel works. How the fuck would somebody justify being like, this is evidence of time travel? This thing's old. It's time travel stuff.
Now, the Philadelphia experiment has pretty much been debunked as well. The deck logs, the convoy schedules, basically
God damn it, Bobby.
show that it was nowhere near Philadelphia at that time, but it is consistent with Project Halo. There is a connection there. Now, this is not an official project. Basically, Project Halo did kind of, they say it kind of covered all the shit we've been talking about. It was one of two things. It was either a weather or radar program, and then there's a little bit darker fringe side that says it had a halo-shaped prototype of the Montauk Chair.
No, it doesn't sound like a very comfortable chair.
Yeah, so
a halo-shaped chair.
I think this, in my personal opinion, this is just something that kind of a conspiracy theorist just kind of grouped it in together or wanted to make their own, justify Montauk by saying that, hey,
they ran out of shit to further the narrative that they were already on, so that they switched the fucking angle.
Or they just tried to create this to either prop up or push up the Montauk experiment.
Like a sports bra.
Kind of. Now,
AKA titty lies.
There's some people that still say Camp Hero continues operations even after it became a state park, which I highly doubt.
And even if it did, it was probably a fucking like a bank for servers for fucking like military personnel paperwork. It's like that what was it from that one Avengers where they find the one place where the one dude just like put himself into the computer so he could keep everything running. Yeah. He's like, hello, my name's Chauncey, whatever the fucking stupid British sounding name it was.
Very true. But you have to think of the time of the Montauk Project, or when this
which period of it?
When this conspiracy was originally brought to light. Cold War time was a different time. It was a breeding ground for conspiracies.
It was cold. We
were coming off, MK Ultra and Paperclip, which are real things. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't take much for somebody to actually make this leap into the crazy.
Yeah.
Or the supernatural, really. But there's...
What if it has any connection to the Terminator movies?
I don't know.
Goddamn
but there
Skynet.
Is ultimately no proof whatsoever that this was actually a thing. The only proof we know is that it was a radar station and a defense station for...
Which is fine.
Now,
it'd be way cooler if it wasn't.
And actually, the more I think about it, it's very plausible this might have been the East Coast camp of the MK Ultra program. They were doing the same thing. You had like MK Ultra on the West Coast in San Francisco.
They're just putting PCP in the water.
Yeah, and then you had on the East Coast, the West Coast was using more LSD, and the East Coast was using more electromagnetic, frying people's brains.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah. So, that's very plausible that they were doing there was tunnels, so obviously there's probably rooms that these tunnels lead to.
There are some really weird fucking people in that area of the nation, too.
Long Island?
Oh, all around that area.
Yeah. Now, let's finish up here and kind of talk about old Preston Nichols. He's a character.
He's got the name of a character. Starring Preston Nichols.
He claims he worked as an audio engineer as well in the 60s and 70s.
Any good bands?
I'll get to it.
Oh, he did list some bands and shit? Nice.
Yes. Basically, he was stating that the government was using music as a mind control program with frequencies. He was basically said producers were embedding triggers like sleep triggers fear frequencies,
Sleep tokens.
and obesity harmonics, which
Obedience harmonics.
obesity. What did I say?
You said obesity. It says obedience.
Did I say obesity?
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking
They're using,
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at me.
They're using
fat.
music to make people. I do like music, and I am fat.
But obedience harmonics. I'm gonna have to go back to tape. I don't think I said it, but
Oh, good boy. It's just in the background of every fucking Chicago album. You good boy.
Basically, he was saying that there were subliminal messages in the music, which is
Ozzy Osbourne and Marilyn Manson tell people to kill people.
Now, he also went even one step further. He said he worked with the Beatles.
Who cares?
He rebuilt their mixers and stuff during the Abbey Road recordings.
Don't care.
And I believe he said he even worked with the Four Seasons, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. But
don't care.
It gets even fucking more crazy.
I worked with some of the most overrated bands in history.
There's a link to the movie industry as well.
Of course there is. Is one of them The Shining?
No.
Oh.
Star Wars. He basically says that George Lucas unconsciously ripped off the Montauk experiment and what he was working on by these themes that we've talked about. Basically, the Jedi were just the Montauk boys.
So this dude's just gatekeeping anything psychic at this point.
I mean, it goes. I listened to one podcast about this, about Preston Nichols. He even made a connection between Mark Hamill, and the Doors. That Mark Hamill was deep into this, the Montauk type shit, and he wrote most of Morrison's poems that turned into songs, which I don't think Mark Hamill's that fucking old enough to be doing this. He would have been a teenager at the time of the Doors.
At best.
Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't fact check this podcast.
It sounds like he's just grasping at straws of what's going to get the most pop at the time of saying it.
Yeah. But, listen, when he said that Lucas unconsciously used these topics in his stories, I don't think so. If he would have said he ripped them off blatantly, I would say okay. But throwing it the supernatural that he subconsciously rated,
which isn't like every movie and book a subconscious thought? I would think so. I don't think that fucking Tolkien was like walking around and he was like, look, a fucking midge that lives on the side of a hill. Let me write a book about that.
Yeah. So, I think this proves one thing. Preston Nichols.
Completely factual. All of it.
Preston Nichols fruit in a fruitcake.
Equally as terrifying and legitimately a threat to our society as meth alligators.
I think he's passed away. I believe he passed away in 2018.
They fed him to meth alligators.
Maybe.
And now they have psychic powers.
But this guy seems to have the greatest imagination of all time.
Imagination. It's a superpower.
And music.
Did he also write the opening song to Reading Rainbow? That would have been a real credit.
Now, here's the thing. When it comes to music and messaging, music is designed. That's
literally what it's for.
It's supposed to move you in some way.
Yeah. People are like, I think it's trying to tell you something. Yeah, no shit, dip fuck.
The melody, the music makes your body feel a certain way.
Even stupid fucking music, like fucking Sabrina Carpenter and shit.
The rhythm makes your body feel a certain way, and the lyrics makes your mind feel a certain way. That is the whole motherfucking point of it.
Yeah.
Now,
like all these empowering female artists that are out lately that are all single.
You're saying, what are you trying to say?
Because they're dumb.
They're dumb?
Yeah.
That's why they're single?
No.
Or they're single because they're dumb?
Their songs are dumb. So they're
Well,
it's leaking into the like I said, Sabrina Carpenter, I think, is who it is. Perfect example. Has a song that like fucking small children are running around singing. Like, it's just so poppy and it's so catchy, and it's literally about how her like ex is with a new chick, but they're still fucking around, and she'll just have like the chorus is she'll just have to taste me when she's kissing you. Yeah. It's really popular with young women. What?
you remember. What was the... I grew... In my teenage years, I was listening to Two Live Crew.
No, I'm talking younger than that. Like, this is like a radio pop song.
But they don't understand.
But they will one day.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they've got herpes.
But they don't understand the words.
They're a bunch of godless Jezebel sluts.
Well, hopefully it'll be what...
There's another one.
It'll be...
The one that really pissed me off is that Jessie Murph chick. It's just her voice.
I remember I heard when I was in elementary school, I heard the dumbest joke that's very popular.
Every joke in elementary school is
but
dumb or racist.
It was told by older kids. I had no idea what it meant, and I told it to my mother.
Did you get your mouth washed out with soap?
I don't remember. Probably because she knocked me upside the head and she suppressed that memory. But basically, it was the joke, the oldest Cub Scout, Boy Scout joke of all time. When does a Cub Scout become a Boy Scout? After he eats first brownie.
Oh.
I had no idea what that meant. But I recited that to my mother when I was...
Without a Paddle executed it better. The movie.
Oh, I refuse to watch that.
Why?
I'm not a big fan of Dak and Seth Green.
Why?
I don't know. They just don't do anything for me.
That's selfish.
Nah.
What have you done for me lately?
I don't. Movies. It doesn't interest me.
I thought Without a Paddle was funny. I found it quite enjoyable.
Yeah. So
anytime there's a scene in a movie where there's a bunch of dudes out in the woods and there's a bear, and somebody goes, "Why are you taking your shoes and socks off? I run faster without my barefoot." You're not gonna outrun the bear, Jerry. I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
But getting back to Montauk.
Oh, damn, that big-ass vent in this kitchen works really well.
Yeah.
I can tell already that heat just kicked on.
I don't know. This is so far out there.
And it's so...
But...
Like I said it jokingly-ish at the beginning, but the umbrella of it is so broad.
Well, I think if I had to put money on it,
I wouldn't.
Montauk they probably were doing... At the time, we know they were doing MK Ultra. Well, they were supposed to stop MK Ultra.
Excuse me.
But they were working on mind. The government has for a long time been working on mind control. When they shut down MK Ultra, they moved it under a different project to Montauk, and they stopped using LSD and started using electromagnetic. That makes sense. Very, very plausible. We know they were doing remote viewing out of the Stanford Institute.
Well,
at this time.
Well, there's also the whole thing. My biggest thing with all that type of shit is like, how far-fetched do you want it to be in your head? Because at all times, any military with any type of power, well, I don't even want to say power, but budget, is probably in at least one place within their borders doing something that is arguably morally questionable. And it's probably not for something as insane as the human mind is going to turn it into.
Yeah. But I think we'll probably at some point here in the future do a Philadelphia Experiment actual episode. And there might be a Preston Nichols or like a short video on Preston Nichols. It's all the bullshit he comes up with. So we might spawn a lot of content off this one fucking topic.
It's happened before.
This is so far out there, it's either 100% totally
bullshit, or it's
or
100% true.
it's fucking true.
Or like that's like a monicum of a percent of a detail of or a fraction of a percent of the truth that it is.
I mean, if they would have left out the Philadelphia experiment, left out the time travel and the Edward and Duncan Cameron, and say they were doing experiments on boys or people with electromagnetic frequencies and shit, I'd say 100%. Fuck yeah, they were doing that.
Yeah.
But you throw in the crazy time travel. I mean, even if you threw in the Montauk monster that was manifested. We've talked about manifesting. There's probably something to it, and if you amplify it, maybe it can happen. Maybe. But do you throw in the time travel? I kind of check out.
Because I still stand on the hill of if time travel has ever been real, we would fucking know it.
I don't think it's...
Because humans are humans. And if it's been created in the past or it exists in the future, it would have been taken advantage enough that we would know about it.
Right. I mean, it's just... I personally don't think time travel's even possible.
Well,
physically.
You start rearranging and bending the arc of time space. You never know what could happen.
All right, that's all I got. I think it's bullshit. I say we get off here. You kids have a nice evening.
Try not to, I don't know, fall off of over a guardrail into a never-ending time suck of space-time continuum that shits you back out into the 80s. And you can just go, I done that movie thing.
I mean, if it's going to spit me back, don't spit me back to 81 or 83.
That's pretty much what happened.
I know.
He came out, watched a movie, and he said, I done that.
Spit me out in the 90s. 90s were cool.
Game 6. Fucking 96 NBA Finals.
There you go. All right. We'll see you next week.
The day the music died.
We'll see you next week. Take care. Like, subscribe, all that horse shit.
Bye.